1, 2, 3, go. What's up, guys? Sean here from Srkcycles.com. We have a 2017 Harley Davidson 883 iron. It's got like 60 miles on it. I'm pumped to take it for a spin. Let's do it. Hey guys, let's start the day like we should. A little bit of words of wisdom. John 15:13. Greater love has no one than this, that one laid down his life for his friends. That is true. Put that right there. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do in this video is 86 miles. I'm going to give you the perspective of a sport bike rider. I'm a sport bike rider. Look at my jacket. I look ridiculous with this jacket on this bike. But you know what? I might look ridiculous, but you can see me. And that's all I care about. Because I'm going to come back home tonight and see my wife and kids. So I'm going to give you the perspective of a sport bike rider and what he feels like on a Harley Davidson. Now, of course, this is not my first time riding a Harley Davidson. I've owned tons of Harley Davidsons. I currently personally own a couple Harley Davidsons, and I've probably ridden hundreds of them. But I'm going to give you my perspective. And this is my first time driving a 2017 883 iron with less than 100 miles on it. I got some beard in my mouth. So, let's get to it. First of all, if you were going to compare this to a sport bike, the ergonomics of this specific bike really aren't that different. I mean, they are, but my knees are still in front of my feet. My hands are pretty low. You know, this is probably the more sportier stance that you're going to have on a Harley Davidson. You know, it's not like I'm sitting back here. It's not forward controls. It's not apes. If you're used to riding a sport bike, you would see, wow, it's not as much power. You're right, it's not. It's not supposed to be. It's a different type of bike. It's a cruiser bike. Now what you get when you're riding a bike like this is you get that sound. Now this is stock pipes. This is stock pipes. But I will say this, the 883, a newer model 883 feels like an older model 1200. I mean, these things have a lot more power than the older 883s have. And they're actually pretty impressive. They're definitely a lot of fun. I love riding them. Hey, fella. I like the sportier ergonomics of it. And in a way, this is kind of, you know, this bike's kind of going back to like an older style of bike. You know, a little more of a laid out bike, you know, kind of like Triumph-ish style. But it's still got that Harley spirit that everybody loves. And what's nice about it is it's very clean. It's simple. You have turn signals, start, kill, lights, horn, one gauge. So you're looking at the bike. It's a very simple design. Actually, let's stop. Let's look at it. You're looking at it. It's a beautiful bike, a very simple design. I love the flat colors. You know it's American. We're gonna go on this hill. My ghost rider today is Asher. He's rocking the FC07. That's as dirty as anything because it's been on the back of my motorhome for the past month. We're gonna roll and we're gonna see how this goes. 1, 2, 3, go. Asher, you're letting me win. This guy's letting me win. So when you talk about a bike like this and you're like, oh, it's not fast. Well, it's not fast compared to your sport bike. That's true. Is it fast compared to a car? Depending on what kind of car you have, but yeah, probably. If you have a regular car, like that car, 90% of the cars out there, this bike's very fast. But more importantly is not like, oh, the speed is 0 to 60, but more the sensation of when you're riding the bike. You're exposed. You're out here in the open. You might have a faster car than this, but if all you're used to driving is cars, then when you get out here and you're exposed and you're just sitting on, you know, like a fat looking bicycle, you know, doing 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, feels pretty fast. And that's what it's all about. It's just like, you might race Ferraris, but if you hop on a go-kart that's sitting 1 inch on the ground and it can do 55, 60 miles an hour, you're gonna have a blast because that feels fast. So it's not necessarily about how fast it actually is, but how the sensation is, whether it feels fast. And I will tell you this, everything feels slow when something else is pulling on you. If you're driving a Dodge Viper and you're like, this thing's insane, or if you're driving a Z06, you're like, this thing's insane, until some guy on the drag strip starts pulling on you hardcore, you're thinking, wow, this thing feels really, really, really slow. So think about that. But is this bike fast enough? Absolutely. Is it fast enough to have fun? Absolutely. Is it so fast that you might get yourself in situations where you're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that? Yeah, that definitely could happen. But is it so fast that a novice rider couldn't hop on this and learn how to ride a bike and learn to love motorcycles and get on the road and just have a great time? No, this is great. You know, it's not like jumping on a 1000 where you know, you give a little too much throttle, your front end's pointing to the sky, you know? I like this bike. It's comfortable. I like the ergonomics of it. But I don't know about the exhaust. Personally, I like a quiet exhaust, but it is a Harley Davidson. So it's like, does it need to have a little more? I can hear the engine, but I can't really hear the exhaust that well. So I think I might need a little bit more, but I'm not trying to go as much as most people like to do with super, super loud, super screaming exhaust. I love the way this thing looks. I think it's a beautiful bike from stock, and I love the color schemes that Harley does. You can hate everything about Harley Davidson. You gotta respect that they do better. They go out of their way, and they do some awesome colors for their motorcycles. You cannot deny that. Now we'll all say, wow, they've done some goofy stuff in the past, and that's fine. They'll do some goofy stuff in the future with colors. They're trying new stuff, and I like that. This thing's about to roll over 90,000 miles. So the first time I ever rode a Harley Davidson was a 97 Road King. And I kind of fell in love with it. I was a big Harley hater. And then I fell in love with it. I started to get it. Since then, I've ridden hundreds of Harleys. Now, I like how these bars are low, you know, kind of drag bar style. But if it were, what I think really makes these bikes, maybe some like 14-inch mini apes. I think that would look cool. I think it would feel great. Now it's a different type of feeling, so it would feel different. You know, I like this in a lot of aspects. But if you're going to go with the, this is very appropriate for the mid-range controls. If you're going to go with full-blown, you know, mini apes, you almost have to go with the forward controls, because that's just more appropriate for this style of bike. Guys, this bike is for sale. I don't know what the price is, but it's a lot cheaper. The first guy that had it, he put 70 miles on it. He ate a lot of the depreciation. So you guys get to save that money. It still has majority of the warranty on it. And that's the Harley Davidson warranty. And cool, this thing's for sale. It's not gonna last long. Guys, that wraps up this video. I'll see you later. Don't forget to check in the description box to see more information, to see our current inventory, a link to our current inventory, and you guys can help support companies that help support us. Also, we're giving away a Harley Davidson, not this one. We're giving away a Harley Davidson Dyna Super Glide. It's free to join, it's free to enter, and we're doing a bunch of modifications to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Click below, look in the description box to see how to enter to win. Alright guys, that wraps it up. Remember, it's not what you're riding, but where you going. We'll see you guys later. Yo, get some footage next to me. Yeah. Valentine's Day. Is this the third bike we've test driven or the second? I'm in fourth. Nice. Yeah.
I mean, you should anyway, but I mean, this thing is like, it's not.
What's up guys, Sean here from Srkcycles, and thanks for watching the video. Click here to subscribe, click here to see more content, and as always, check out the description box to see our latest inventory and our killer deals, to see how to win a free motorcycle, and also to see our latest bikes and beards gear. We'll see you guys later. Remember, it's not what you're riding, but where you're going.